Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, the amazing Tea Street. Today's coffee mug, y'all love this mug, and it was a gift, and so I use it a lot. It's just my name is Street Talk, forever linked together. Amazing. TEI is like a puzzle. Street. Today's topic, I want to start the weekend out on a lighter note, and so I want to talk to us about um, this notion: act like you can't slash won't lose. Act like you can't and you won't lose. I'm going to start by saying some of y'all are losing not because you don't have what it takes, but because you're acting like you might lose. You got a scary mindset. Your mindset is playing defense when your purpose was built to dominate. So today I just need to shift something simple but powerful. Act like you can't lose and act like you won't lose. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Jackie. Act like you can't lose and like you won't lose. Now, I'm not talking about being arrogant or being delusional. No, I'm talking about a deep, unshakable belief that no matter what, you coming out on top. I'm going to give you three ways to live this principle of act like you can't lose or won't lose out. All right. First, walk into every room like you belong there. Some of us carry our past guilt, our past shames. We carry things that are in our mind that are telling us that we could fail, that we could lose it all. And so it keeps us from walking in. We walk into rooms like we don't belong there. We use terms like, I have imposter syndrome. Can I tell you that comes from a place of fear and a belief, a deep seated belief that you are not enough? I came by to tell you today, you are more than enough. So walk into every room like you belong there. I tell people when I walk into a room, I don't need an entourage. That's why I don't travel with an entourage. I am more than enough in every room that I walk into. Too many people shrink before they even start. Some of you are shrinking before you're even starting. You second guess your voice. You downplay your gifts. You wait for permission from people who didn't build the room. Why are you waiting on their permission to enter the room? People who act like they can't lose, they don't wait to be validated. They show up already decided. Got this. Winning. Y'all play every day. I play this song called Welcome to the Winner's Circle. Welcome to the Winner's Circle. That's my hype song. People are like, T, what do you? I'm like, look, I have to some days hype myself up. I hype myself up on the word of God, and every now and then a good song is in my crawl and I use it. Okay. They show up already decided. When you walk into a space, don't ask, do I fit here? Ask, how am I going to shift this atmosphere? I walk in like I was called to the room to shift the whole atmosphere because confidence isn't about knowing everything, y'all. It's about trusting that you can figure it out. Y'all, I come into rooms where I know nothing, but I'm smart. I'm going to take some notes. I'm a copious note taker. I'm a researcher. I can figure this thing out. Sometimes I walk into a room and I'm like, what's the vibe here? Once I figure out the vibe, I know how to fit into that room. I act like I belong, even in spaces and times when I really didn't think that I did. I acted like I did. Even if your voice shakes, even if your hands sweat, because here's the truth: the room adjusts to the person who believes in themselves the most. There are people, y'all, who don't know any more about life. Good morning, Lana. Good morning, Miss Brown. Good morning, Rhonda, who don't know any more about life than you do. But they just walk into the room and act like they believe in themselves. And guess what? The whole room acts like they believe in themselves. They gravitate to people who have that kind of confidence. The second thing, stop playing. Stop playing not to lose. Start playing to win. That's a difference in not to lose and playing to win. I Some of y'all are living in safe space and calling it smart. I'm just being smart. You don't apply because you might get rejected. You don't speak because you might be wrong. You don't start because it might fail. That's not strategy, y'all. That's fear dressed up like logic. Mm. That's not it, y'all. It's You say, oh, I'm just being strategic. No, you're not. You just being scared. It's fear dressed up like logic. When you act like you can't lose, you understand something. Even if you fail, you still win. Y'all, I have failed, but every time I fail, I'm like, man, I ain't failed. I won. I won. Because what did I gain? I gained some experience. Y'all, I've tried some things that didn't work. But the experience taught me some things. I gained wisdom. I gained strength. I've gained clarity. I've gained new friendships. So what did I really lose? Nothing. Seeing losing isn't falling short. Losing is never showing up at all. Winners don't avoid risk. Y'all, you lose every game you don't play. Winners don't avoid risk, they leverage it. So take the shot. Not throwing away my shot. But guess what? If you never take the shot, you are throwing away the shot. Start the thing, say the idea, because the only guaranteed loss in life is the life you never lived. That's the only loss that you have. You only take an L when you refuse to live life. So, yeah, act like you know. Good morning, Sela. The third thing, y'all, decide that quitting is not an option. If you want to act like you can't or won't lose, I tell myself every day, I may have stumbling blocks, I may have road bumps, but guess what? I will not quit. One of the poems that I learned is don't quit, and the other one is see it through. People who act like they won't lose have one thing in common. They don't give themselves permission to have an exit strategy. They don't say, I'll try this for a little while. Nope. They say, I'm going to keep going until something breaks. And that something ain't going to be me. Life will test you. Delays will show up. People will doubt you. You might even doubt yourself. But when you're already decided, I don't lose, I learn, I adjust, and I come back stronger, quitting, it doesn't even become an option anymore. When that happens, y'all, you become dangerous. I'm going to say it louder. You become dangerous because now it's not about if you'll win. It's just about when you win. So today, I need you to make a decision. I need you to decide to walk different. I need you to decide to think different. I need you to decide to move different. Not because everything is perfect, but because your mindset is powerful. That's why I call this one act like you can't lose. Act like you won't lose. And now watch how your opportunities find you, how your confidence grows in you, how results start chasing you. Because when you shift your mindset, you don't just change outcomes, you change identity. And people who believe that they can't lose, they don't wait for wins. I'm going to give this one to you strong, looking you in your whole eye. People who believe they can't lose, they don't wait for wins. They create them. Now, go act like you can't and you won't lose. How do we do that? Walk into every room like you belong there. Because when you walk into the room, you don't need an entourage because you are more than enough. Stop playing not to lose. Start playing to win. And finally, decide that quitting is never going to be your option. I'm the amazing T Street, y'all, but y'all already know there's absolutely, positively nothing amazing in me that's not in each and every one of you. So today and all weekend long, I dog double dare you to act like you can't and won't lose. Y'all have an amazing and absolutely amazing day. I'm so grateful to y'all who come on. I just wanted to say this because it's Friday. Thank you, Miss Brown, for making sure that you always come on and show me love. I appreciate that. I see my Sela. Thank you. I see Alana. Thank you. I see Rhonda. I see Jackie. And I see my friend Val. I just want y'all to know it doesn't escape me that you come on. If you would share this message, I appreciate it. If you share any of the messages that move you. If you didn't catch yesterday's message, I need you to go back and catch yesterday's message, because when I tell you, that one wasn't tea. That one came straight from God, because He was downloading for me. And so when I shared it out, people were like, girl, I was like, y'all, that wasn't even me. That wasn't even where the direction that the talk was supposed to go in. Yesterday was anointed. So I just came by to tell y'all today, act like, I got that? Act like you can't and you won't lose. Have an amazing weekend, y'all. Peace.